Welcome to Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. Gerry Ricken and Heidi Ricken Provost want to help you retire with purpose and live with joy. Find more information, including how to reach the team, in today's show notes. Now, Kickin' with the Rickens, powered by Ricken Financial.
We are here with licensed insurance professional Gerry Ricken. Thanks so much for streaming Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement. As Big Voice just said, get all the information here in the show notes. My name is Mark Owens. And Gerry, how did you describe what the weather is?
Well, you know, they talk about March coming in like a lion, leaving like a lamb, but I'm not sure if it came in like a lion or a lamb. But we've experienced both lambs and lions within the last week, because right as we're speaking right now, Mark, it feels like 5 degrees outside. And last week it was 85 degrees. So no wonder my nose is running. But welcome to the Midwest weather, and I think that's probably the weather all over the country right now. But we had a tornado warning last night. We were in the basement. We lost power. Thankfully, we had no damage to anything, and nor did our neighbors. But a huge tree, about a 65-foot oak, fell over the road and right onto the power lines.
No.
Yeah. So I missed Selection Sunday show. So,
oh, come on, Mother Nature.
I know.
I think she's just confused. Like, we're in the same boat. I think the same line of storms that gave you the tornado warning came through us just north of Atlanta, because we went to bed last night. It was 67 degrees, and then again right now as we record this, we're in our mid 40s. It's like, what? Yeah. And it's getting lower. It's like, now it's a cold front. We may get snow this afternoon. Like, people are
by the way, I forgot to mention, it is snowing right now, too, and it was snowing when I got up. So not going to accumulate, thank goodness, but no shoveling today. But there's enough white powder out there that it's,
it's fun to look at.
People say, oh, it's beautiful. No, it's not. It's cold.
It's not. Yeah, great. It's beautiful from the inside. Hey, how was the weather for the fish fry last weekend?
Fish fry was absolutely beautiful. We did about 953. We did 953 meals on Friday night, and that's going to continue through Good Friday. Our Lady of the Pillar, come see us on Lindbergh Boulevard, right next to Chaminade High School, with 4:30 to 7:30. We'll be smiling. Heidi and I will be in the kitchen, smiling at you. And you need to yell at me, because I'm usually facing the wall doing dishes, so I don't get to see the people who come through the line and that kind of thing. But just pop your head in the kitchen and say, hey, is Gerry or Heidi in there? And just say hello.
It may be a fish fry, but you are a dish dog.
I am a dish dog.
Dish dog. I love it.
I am a dish dog. I love those dishes are clean.
That's because of you. Gotta keep
all
fed.
those steel or stainless steel pans that all the food's prepared in. One of my favorite things to do is clean up the macaroni and cheese pan, because it's really sticky and it's very difficult.
Look, the goal is to have pruny hands by the end of the night. Pruny hands mean it's been a good day. I mean, you've been busting.
And they do get pruny inside those big gloves, because
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's 953.
But it's a beautiful thing. Somebody has to do the dishes, and I'm the man for the job.
No, you're my dog.
We have a great team. We have an excellent team.
Yeah, you're my dish dog right there. Hey, I want to get to something this week here on
Sure.
Kicking with the Rickens. So we got a call a couple of weeks ago, and it was from somebody that listens to the podcast, or maybe listened to the radio show.
Yep.
And she brought up a pretty good point. She said, you talk about family a lot. Of course, Ricken Financial, we focus on the family, taking care of the families. But she said, you're always talking about families, wanting to help the families you serve. And she goes, well, I don't have a family. She said, I'm widowed. I don't have any kids. I don't have any family. What can you do for me? Now, she was very funny about it. She was very sweet about the conversation. But I think she brings up a good point. And this may be kind of my fault, too, because on the radio show, we talk a lot about, the families you serve. But you do serve, and a lot of the clients that you serve. Gray divorce, a reality of life. People were getting divorced over the age of 50. And then also widows, a reality of life. We've talked about it. There's a real chance that women are going to outlive the man in the relationship. So you do a lot of work with those that are single, the solo retirees in retirement.
Well, let's define family. Family for Ricken Financial means if you are single, if you are widowed, if you're divorced and you're by yourself, you are a family.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a couple, you are a family. If you are a couple that has dependent children, you're a family. If you're raising your grandchildren, you're a family. Everyone that walks through this door is a family to us. So the definition of family doesn't have to be it's a couple coming to see Ricken Financial. It's a person. It's anyone who comes to the door who needs help and wants help. That's who a family is to us. And I guess we aren't articulating that as well as we should be.
Right.
And I apologize for that, because I want everyone to know that we are holistic planners and that we do provide these services to everyone who needs them. And we do have a lot of single women. In fact, one of Heidi, one of her passions is to make sure that women are empowered to make financial decisions in their life and understand what all the opportunities are with respect to retirement planning. And that's why she hosts every month women's empowerment dinner seminars. So, and I don't get invited to those for a good reason, because I'm not a woman. So, but we have a lot of divorced or widowed women who are clients of ours. And they're some of our favorite clients, because they truly appreciate understanding what they didn't know before, but now they know because they've gone through our purpose approach process, and just making sure that they understand how they can meet their risk tolerance in retirement with respect to their investment portfolio, how they can replace the paycheck with cash flow every month and have that income plan in retirement. They understand how they can embrace tax planning and reduce their taxes through retirement so that they have more money in their pocket that they can spend on themselves.
Right.
They understand the importance of healthcare planning, whether that's, if they've retired early and they're out in the marketplace looking for healthcare coverage, or what Medicare plan and supplement and or advantage plan they desire to have, and we match that up with their doctors and their drug plans, so that we make sure that they're doing the right thing for themselves. Then we also look at long-term care planning. And long-term care planning can be challenging, but and people say, oh my gosh, it's like, how do you handle that? Well, how do you want to handle it? What we want to do is we want to make sure that we are meeting you where you want to be met. And if that, and we want to understand first and foremost, when we talk about long-term care planning, is how do you want to be cared for? If you are an individual, you don't have a spouse who's going to be the caretaker, and do you want people to come into your home? Do you want your caretakers to come into your home? A lot of people say, yes, we do. Some people prefer to be in a facility where they can socialize with other people and have the care there. So it really depends upon what your wants, needs, desires are, and how you want to be cared for in the event you need long-term care. You can't do 2 of your 6 activities of daily living, or you have cognitive decline and you need that kind of service. What's that look like?
Yeah.
And how do you pay for that? Well, those are 2 separate and distinct questions. What does it look like for you? And then we decide, how do you pay for that? What's the best alternative for you? So we do a lot of planning with individuals that are by themselves. Then we also look at, estate planning. Some of our clients have never been married, but they have nieces, nephews they want to leave some money to, or great nieces, great nephews, or friends or other family members. So we want to make sure that all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed with respect to legacy planning and estate planning. Do you have a trust? Do you have a will? Do you have powers of attorney? Powers of attorney are crucially important if you are a single person out there, because your spouse, if you're married, can step in and make those decisions for you. But if you are a single person, you need to designate who will make your financial decisions for you in the event that you cannot, or who will make your healthcare decisions for you in the event that you cannot. And you have to have that discussion with those people. And we provide that kind of planning as well. So, because we talk about family, just don't think that we're not talking about you, because we are.
Yeah. There was a fascinating article from AARP, and I pulled a couple of stats from this, and it was talked about how older Americans embrace the joys of living alone and embracing independence. 36% of adults over 50 are divorced. That's what we talk about in Great Divorce. 50% of women over 70 are widowed. And in this article, it said, well, who do solo adults turn to for help and guidance? And Gerry, what stood out to me was almost 60% in the survey said I turn to my friends. And while I understand that, you may rely on your best friend, but correct me if I'm wrong, where I think that could be dangerous is that your best friend's budget is not your budget. Your debt is not their debt. Your retirement goals are not their retirement goals. So 60% leaning on their friends, is that dangerous way of thinking?
Well, I think it is a dangerous way of thinking if you're thinking about financial guidance. If you're thinking about life guidance, that's a different thing. Maybe relationship guidance, what have you. I think it comes down to trust, Mark. And who do you trust the most and who do you confide in the most? Most people confide a lot more in their friends than they do in their family.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is easier to talk to your friends about things, but there's a slippery slope though when you're talking about financial guidance, because as you said, everyone's plan is different. Everyone's lifestyle is different. Everyone's financial life is different. It's just like a fingerprint. And that's why we want to lean in and help when we can. And, I think I read that same statistic that, about 60% rely on their friends, about 40% on their family, and less than 20% on professionals. Well, we like to consider ourselves friends of our clients as well. So when this happens to someone, let's say you're a married couple and all of a sudden your spouse passes away, we're there to help you, not only as a professional but also as a friend. So we want you to confide in us, because a lot of people do confide in us a lot of things that they've never told their family. And it's fascinating to hear that. But what we want to do is we want to understand who you are and how we can help you. And feel free to reach out to us, because we will listen, and we can look at it from an objective perspective. Your friends may have not the most objective perspective, or your family, because we're all biased. If we know you like this or you like that, you let us know what your situation is, and we're there to help no matter what happens.
Thinking of if I relied on my friends, God, all my dad friends, a bunch of idiots. They'd want me investing all my money into golf trips and concerts and gambling trips. You'd
have a great time, though.
You'd have a great time. I would have zero for retirement. You just mentioned it there. Under 20% lean on professional help. Why do you think that number is so low? Why are people reluctant to pick up the phone, call Ricken Financial, to go to rickenfinancial.com, to begin these conversations with someone who this is their world, this is the industry that they have parked their car, this is the lane that they're comfortable in? Why do you think people are so reluctant to make the call?
A lot of people are reluctant because there's a fear of the unknown, and the unknown is, am I going to be okay? And if there's some skepticism, and maybe they say that I haven't saved enough, I haven't prepared that well for retirement, it's never too late to start. One of the things I would encourage you all to do is pick up the phone and call us, because starting that conversation and knowing where you are and where you can be, we can help you get there, because we do this for a living, as you said. And a lot of people are just reluctant because maybe they don't know us. Well, you do business with people you know, like, and trust.
Yep.
Get to know us, get to like us, and you will trust us.
Yeah.
Because we want to do what's in your best interest and make sure that your goals and objectives are met, because that's what feeds our soul. Heidi and I do this every single day, multiple times a day. We meet with people. We help people. We address their concerns. We address their needs, their wants, their desires. What feeds your soul, and how can we design a financial plan to make sure that is accomplished?
You just mentioned the phone number. It's 314-207-6211. Again, 314-207-6211, rickenfinancial.com. You can find out all of that information here in the show notes of the Kickin' with the Rickens podcast. All right, one more little part for you from this article from AARP magazine. And it's not all negative. It's not all doom and gloom. Here's what it said about the best part of solo aging. The best parts of maybe being Great Divorce. Not that there's anything good about being widowed, but we'll find the glass half full in these situations. 35% said the best part is the freedom. 16% said the independence. And then 7% said the personal space. Now, listen, Gerry, I love my wife. I love my daughter. But there are sometimes I want to be in that 77% where I'm just like, leave me alone. I just need some alone time. I need some mark time. I just need my space.
It's interesting that it isn't one size fits all, and that's the same thing with retirement planning. It's not one size fits all. And that's why Baskin Robbins says 31 flavors, because Rocky Road isn't everyone's favorite. Life is Neapolitan more than it is vanilla. There's all kinds of different flavors out there. And that's why it's critically important to actually look at your retirement plan and make sure that it fits your needs, because your needs are different than everyone else's.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor, by the way?
My favorite ice cream flavor is actually vanilla.
Yeah, pretty simple.
It's very simple because you can do a lot of things with vanilla, Mark. You can mix all kinds of things with vanilla.
That's true.
And that's what I probably do most of the time.
I've started putting like a little mint syrup. So it's not like mint chocolate chip. It's vanilla ice cream with like some mint syrup in there. Or in the holidays, they have the peppermint ice cream. Oh, boy, that makes me fat boy happy. I love
peppermint ice cream with little Baileys on it.
Oh, cool. Or get the peppermint schnapps, the peppermint flavored liqueur. Put that on. Mm-hmm. Or
I'm telling you, we could have a great time just eating some ice cream together.
Or during the holidays, they do the peppermint rumchata. Put a little peppermint rumchata on top of some. Yes, sir. That's a whole nother pod. I think we just got a whole nother series of podcasts.
I think we just developed maybe Kicking with the Rickens After Dark during the holidays.
sitting around having a boozy milkshake, talking about life.
That's right. I think let's do it. Let's plan on that, Mark.
Let's get it on the books right now. Hey, we invite you to reach out to the team at Ricken Finance. Take advantage of the Purpose approach. No cost, no obligation to you. That first consultation, that initial meeting, just an opportunity to sit down with Gerry, sit down with Heidi. What's going to feed your soul in retirement? How can they help get you there? 314-207-6211. 314-207-6211. Or online at rickenfinancial.com. And I hope that, Gerry, that young lady that called a couple of weeks ago wanted to know, can you help me as a single? I hope this podcast finds its way to her so she knows.
I do too. I do too. Because I just want her to know and everyone to know that you are family.
Yep. That's it. You can find all the information here in the show notes. Well, Gerry, with that being said, thank you for the information and the education. Get more at rickenfinancial.com. We're back next week, but before we get out of here, Gerry Ricken, take us home.
Every day is a holiday. Life is short. Laugh hard.
This has been Kickin' with the Rickens, redefining retirement.
Insurance products are offered through the insurance business Ricken Financial LLC. Ricken Financial LLC is also an investment advisory practice that offers products and services through Impact Partnership Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. IPW does not offer insurance products. The insurance products offered by Ricken Financial LLC are not subject to investment advisor requirements. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal. Any references to protection, safety, or lifetime income generally refer to fixed insurance products, never securities or investments. Insurance guarantees are backed by the financial strength and claims paying abilities of the issuing carrier. This podcast is intended for informational purposes only. It is not intended to be used as the sole basis for financial decisions, nor should it be construed as advice designed to meet the particular needs of an individual situation. Ricken Financial LLC is not permitted to offer, and no statement made during the show shall constitute tax or legal advice. Our firm is not affiliated with or endorsed by the U.S. government or any governmental agency. The information and opinions contained herein provided by third parties have been obtained from sources believed to be reliable, but accuracy and completeness cannot be guaranteed by Ricken Financial LLC.
Please remember that converting an employer plan account to a Roth IRA is a taxable event. Increased taxable income from the Roth IRA conversion may have several consequences. Be sure to consult with a qualified tax advisor before making any decisions regarding your IRA.
Tax preparation and tax advisory services are offered through Ricken Financial. These services are not offered by IPW and are not subject to investment advisor requirements. These services referenced are an outside business activity not offered through or supervised by IPW.